Ancient underwater monuments, unveiling the mysteries beneath the waves. Deep beneath the ocean's surface lie ancient monuments, a once thriving metropolis now half a mile underwater. Lost cities, submerged for thousands of years, are scattered across the globe. In the Mediterranean alone, over 200 sunken cities have been documented. We are gazing upon the remnants of civilizations from eras when mainstream archaeology asserts there were no cities anywhere in the world. Are these underwater monuments examples of humanity's earliest civilizations, or do they reveal skills far beyond those of primitive man? If so, where did this advanced knowledge originate? Native legends speak clearly of beings who landed on Earth, after which knowledge suddenly spread. Numerous tales describe lights emerging from beneath the water, prompting the idea of some kind of ancient alien underwater base. Millions around the world believe we've been visited by extraterrestrial beings in the past. What if it's true? Did ancient aliens shape our history? If so, what evidence lies deep underwater? Covering over 71% of the planet, Earth's oceans are vast and largely unexplored. For most of recorded history, humanity could only speculate about what lay beneath the waves. But with new technologies reaching unprecedented depths, researchers are discovering underwater complexes and sophisticated monuments that challenge conventional historical records. There are remains of urban civilizations on parts of the Earth that were above sea level over 10,000 years ago. This suggests that urban civilization is far older, by many thousands of years, than many scientists currently believe possible. Scientific theories propose that during Earth's last ice age, ocean levels were much lower than today. Imagine a world with 2-mile-deep ice caps covering northern Europe and North America, holding vast quantities of water. This ice began melting around 21,000 years ago, concluding about 10,000 years ago. As a result, rich coastal lands were slowly submerged by rising sea levels. 10 million square miles of land were flooded worldwide. That's roughly the combined size of Europe and China. These lands vanished from history, and archaeology, in many opinions, isn't doing enough to investigate these lost and submerged regions. While much of the ocean floor remains unexplored, philosophers and scientists have long been drawn to one of the sea's greatest mysteries, the legend of the lost city of Atlantis. It's said that more books have been written about Atlantis than any other subject. Most of our knowledge comes from the Greek philosopher Plato, who wrote 2 dialogues about Atlantis, the Timaeus and the Critias. Written in 360 BC, Plato described Atlantis as a highly advanced city encircled by concentric walls, flourishing 9,000 years before his time. He detailed huge palaces for kings and a formidable naval force that conquered other parts of the world. It was an urban civilization of remarkable sophistication. According to ancient Greek texts, Atlantis was connected with extraterrestrials from its inception. It was founded by the Greek god Poseidon, who can be regarded as an extraterrestrial in the sense of not being of this earth. Poseidon found a beautiful young woman on Earth, made her pregnant, and to protect his new family, he founded Atlantis. After a failed attempt to invade Athens, disaster struck Atlantis. Plato wrote that Atlantis was destroyed in a single day and night, a cataclysmic event that sank the entire island and its capital city. Some researchers believe the Atlanteans might have caused their own destruction. Plato placed Atlantis beyond the Pillars of Hercules, identified by some scholars as the modern Strait of Gibraltar, where the Mediterranean Sea meets the Atlantic Ocean, between Spain and Morocco. Across the Atlantic lies the Bahama Archipelago, just southeast of Florida. In 1968, archaeologist J. Manson Valentine believed he found part of Atlantis when he discovered an unusual rock formation off the coast of North Bimini Island. Located only 12 to 18 feet underwater, it's easily visible. Initially dismissed as natural beach rock, further exploration revealed that the formations included balancing stones wedged between layers, a feature not formed by nature but by humans. They realized this was a harbor, a breakwater for ancient seafarers. From the shallow waters of Bimini to the depths of the Gulf Stream, 300 feet down, many fascinating structures resembling remnants of ancient cities have been found. Roads, pathways, and structures now covered in coral. Could the Bimini ruins be remnants of Atlantis? If so, might these roads lead to other sites buried beneath sand and sea? In 2000, while mapping the seafloor off Cuba's western coast, A research expedition led by Russian-Canadian oceanographer Paulina Zalitsky spotted symmetrical stone structures deep underwater, over half a mile down. Divers couldn't reach these depths, so a remotely operated vehicle equipped with video cameras was used, controlled from the ship's deck. Side-scan sonar provided images of large areas of the seafloor, revealing structures made of large stones placed atop one another. The images showed repeating rectangular 90-degree angles on massive structures that seemed to have wide avenues. The exploration uncovered huge stone blocks shaped like pyramids and circles, some reaching 16 feet in height and weighing several tons. 30 geometric structures emerged, appearing to be streets, buildings, tunnels, and pyramids, all at a depth of 2,200 feet. This could be evidence of a prehistoric culture dating back tens of thousands of years, which is incredibly exciting. Geological estimates suggest the underwater city sank over 6,000 years ago. Could this deep-sea site be part of the sunken Atlantis Plato, described 9,000 to 10,000 years ago? The Atlantis myth is closely linked with the Caribbean and the Bahamas. Plato spoke of an island empire, possibly referring to numerous islands of varying sizes, stretching into the central Atlantic. Both the Cuban and Bahamian ruins lie on the western edge of the Bermuda Triangle, a 500,000 square mile ocean area known for magnetic anomalies, extraterrestrial sightings, and unexplained disappearances of aircraft and ships. Could there be a connection between Atlantis and this enigmatic region? Some theorize that Atlantis lies not near Greece, but within the Bermuda Triangle. If Plato's texts are accurate, other Greek myths might hint at Atlantis' true fate. One tells of the Titan goddess Asteria, who fell from the sky and became an island. Ancient Greek myths describe bronze, gleaming islands that fell from the sky into the sea. Perhaps Atlantis wasn't a stationary physical island, but something else entirely. According to Plato, Atlantis disappeared in one night amid fire and smoke. Maybe Atlantis didn't sink. It lifted off. Was Atlantis a haven for ancient aliens before the last ice age ended? If so, could other alien cities be submerged deep underwater? Yonaguni, Japan. The submerged pyramid. At the westernmost tip of the Japanese archipelago lies Yonaguni Island. Scholars believe its first inhabitants migrated from Southeast Asia during prehistoric times. In 1987, dive tour operator Kihachiro Aratake made a startling discovery. A massive complex of stone formations hidden just 60 feet beneath the ocean's surface. Experts consider it one of the greatest finds in underwater archaeology. The Yonaguni complex features a range of monuments side by side, unmistakably the work of human hands rather than natural oceanic processes. Tools and engraved stones found at the site leave little doubt about its artificial origins. Submerged between 60 and 100 feet of water, the largest formation resembles a 5-layered stepped pyramid the size of 2 football fields. Unambiguous geometric carvings, right angles, channels with stairwells, and megaliths creating swim-through tunnels all point to an advanced architectural endeavor. There's even a gigantic human face carved underwater, reminiscent of the Moai on Easter Island, or perhaps serving a similar function as the Sphinx guarding the pyramids. The combination of these structures suggests a ceremonial complex. The mystery is when the Yonaguni structure became submerged. Geological evidence indicates it happened during the last Ice Age meltdown, over 14,000 years ago, a time when mainstream archaeology says humans were simple hunter-gatherers living in caves. Could such primitive people have built these structures? Human fossils found on the island confirm habitation, but the technology required for such monumental architecture seems beyond their capabilities. We know of no other Stone Age culture that created such gigantic, seemingly ceremonial complexes. If ancient Japanese people didn't build this monument, who did? Speculation points to extraterrestrials. The engineering surpasses what Stone Age civilizations could achieve. Adding to the intrigue, Yonaguni lies within the Pacific's Dragon's Triangle, an area notorious for extraterrestrial activity. Similar to the Bermuda Triangle, the Dragon's Triangle has a history of planes disappearing, ships vanishing, and strange phenomena leading Japan to declare it a danger zone. Ancient and modern stories from Japan describe objects rising from the sea and flying through the air, winged monsters in old tales, advanced machines in recent accounts. These narratives parallel descriptions from the Bermuda Triangle, suggesting a mysterious connection. Both the Bermuda and Dragon's Triangles lie along the Earth's 25th parallel north and exhibit similar magnetic anomalies. Some wonder if UFOs originate from ancient supercivilizations using these areas as bases, perhaps connected to the remnants of familiar civilizations. What if the sunken monuments at Yonaguni and near Cuba have alien origins and were used as extraterrestrial bases? If aliens operated on land, could they also function underwater? Might more evidence lie hidden in the vast Pacific? Japan's legends and extraterrestrial encounters. As an island nation, much of Japan's rich history is tied to the Pacific Ocean. Many Japanese legends, though largely unknown in the West, have captured the attention of ancient astronaut theorists. One such legend from 1803 tells of a large craft washing ashore north of Tokyo, a strange round ship with a young, beautiful woman inside. She spoke no known language and clutched a box she refused to let anyone touch. In some versions, the box contained a severed lover's head. However, its shape differed from traditional Japanese boxes used for that purpose. Known as the legend of the Utsurobune, or hollow ship, this story puzzles historians. Could the mysterious craft have come from the submerged Yonaguni monument? Who was the woman, and what was in the box? Some theorists suggest it held extraterrestrial technology or intelligence, possibly intended as a gift to early Japanese people. Surviving drawings from different Japanese regions depict the craft, resembling modern UFO reports. The motif mirrors modern UFO legends, visitors from outer space arriving in peculiar vessels. Supporting their claims, theorists point to early Japanese carvings and statues suggesting extraterrestrial encounters. The dog figures, dating from approximately 14,000 to 300 BC, resemble beings in suits with helmets and goggles, akin to modern astronauts. Over 15,000 of these figures have been catalogued. Ancient texts describe the dog descending from the sky, teaching the first Japanese people various disciplines, from architecture and writing to cultural practices like the tea ceremony. Similarities between dog figures, the Hopi tribe's Kachina dolls in North America, and cave paintings in Africa depicting astronaut-like beings suggest a global connection. Do these mysterious figures provide tangible evidence of extraterrestrial encounters in ancient Japan? Does the Utsurobune legend hint that Earth's oceans hide more proof of alien contact? India's submerged cities and celestial wars. In 2001, researchers from India's Oceanic Institute discovered anomalies on the bottom of the Gulf of Cambay, 7 miles offshore. Commissioned to survey pollution, they instead found images of regular structures, an enormous network of stone buildings covering 5 square miles, now shrouded in mud and sand. These appeared to be the remains of cities positioned along ancient river channels, submerged for a very long time, during a period when mainstream archaeology insists no cities existed. Diving was nearly impossible due to strong currents, but artifacts like wood and pottery shards were retrieved. Some artifacts dated back as far as 32,000 years, though the area was submerged around 9,000 years ago, suggesting the city existed from 32,000 to 9,000 years ago. Mainstream scholars date ancient Indian civilization to around 4,000 or 5,000 years ago, but Hindu scholars claim it extends back tens or even hundreds of thousands of years. The Gulf of Cambay ruins might support the latter. Nearby, the modern city of Dwarka revealed signs of an ancient settlement inundated by the sea. Underwater discoveries of sandstone walls, cobblestone streets, and a prosperous seaport led scholars to identify these ruins as the legendary city of Dwarka, said to be the dwelling place of Lord Krishna, a major deity in Hinduism. Hindu texts describe a king named Salva attacking Krishna's Dwarka with a flying craft, using energy weapons resembling lightning. Krishna responded with weapons described as roaring like thunder and resembling bolts of lightning or rays of the sun. The spacecraft moved in ways akin to modern UFO descriptions. The legend says Krishna eventually departed Earth, and the ocean consumed Dwarka. With the discovery of the sunken city, people are reevaluating these ancient writings as potential historical records rather than mere mythology. Ancient astronaut theorists link these submerged ruins and extraterrestrials through India's Sangam literature, which speaks of assemblies of sages, including extraterrestrial beings, on a sunken landmass called Kumari Kandam. Lake Titicaca, a high-altitude enigma. In the Andes Mountains of Peru, At an elevation of 2,500 feet lies Lake Titicaca, the world's highest navigable body of water. In 2000, an Italian team of divers uncovered a submerged paved road, stone terrace, and a half-mile-long wall under 100 feet of water. Local legends speak of a lost underwater city called Wanaku. A large sculptured stone head found on the lakebed resembled stonework at the nearby ancient city of Tiwanaku, thought by some to have extraterrestrial origins. When asked about these marvels, the local Aymara Indians attribute them to giants or powerful beings from the beginning of time. Some theorists suggest the city was deliberately flooded, possibly with extraterrestrial assistance, to conceal it. The presence of saltwater seahorses in the freshwater lake adds to the mystery. Could the ancient city of Wanaku have been built by alien visitors? Elders speak of lights like stars connecting with the lake, legends of lights emerging from the lake's depths, hinting at an ancient alien underwater base. Conclusion: unveiling the hidden past. Could the discovery of these and other sunken cities provide the evidence humanity has sought for centuries? Proof that we are not alone? These mysterious underwater structures lack context or background, appearing out of place and time, prompting questions that may shed new light on human history. Atlantis, Lake Titicaca, Dwarka, all these ancient mysterious places share connections to the gods, who ancient astronaut theorists believe were flesh and blood extraterrestrials. In the end, they assert, the ancient astronaut theory will be proven right.